Hey, it's Stepan Hlinka here, and if you are running Facebook advertising campaigns, you've probably noticed that Facebook algorithm is shutting down a lot of ad accounts, business managers, and even Facebook profiles and Facebook groups right now. So in today's video, I want to share with you 3 simple tips that will help you to prevent getting your ad account disabled in the first place, and then another 3 tips that will help you to minimize the damages if it actually happens to you, because honestly right now it can happen to everybody. So without further ado, let's jump into the first tip. So tip number 1 is really simple: study Facebook advertising policies. Now you may be thinking, this is really simple, this is really obvious, what's this even like, is it even a tip? Well, you would be surprised how many advertisers never even read the policies of Facebook. Okay, so if you are one of them and you don't want to have a problem with Facebook, you should definitely immediately after this video go find Facebook ad policies and go study them. Okay, and you should read through it. It will not take you that long, but it's really important for you if you are running Facebook advertising campaigns on daily basis to really know what are their rules, right? Because sometimes it can happen that they do it by mistake, or they are really like doing something wrong that they disable you. But sometimes it can be like your mistake, right? You are doing something wrong, you are not compliant with their policies. So study their ad policies and make sure to be compliant. Make sure to not violate any of their policies. And it's like the first really foundational step to avoid any problems with getting your ad account disabled. Now, second tip is keep more than 90% of your approved ad score in your ad account. What do I mean by that? Because like even if you know Facebook advertising policies really well, you are trying to be compliant, it will happen that some of your ads will get disapproved, right? But what is important is to keep ratio of approved ads to disapproved ads 10-1, meaning on your whole ad account you have more than 90% success rate, right? More than 90% of your ads in total were approved. This is really important because if Facebook algorithm sees that like a lot of your ads are getting disapproved and the percentage of disapproved ads is getting higher and higher, it's really a red flag for them, and you are much more likely to get your ad account disabled. So every time you get your ad account, every time you get your ads disabled, make sure to create some new ads that will get approved really quickly. Meaning, let's say you get 5 ads disapproved, right? Because you want to keep ratio of approved to disapproved ads 10-1, you would create 50 new ads that would get approved, right? The easiest way is to create some page likes ads, whatever it is. Just make sure to always immediately create some new ads that will get 100% approved by Facebook. So you are still keeping that ratio of approved ads to disapproved ads 10-1, meaning your whole ad account, all of your ads are keeping more than 90% success rate when it comes to approving your ads. Tip number 3, always land just one ad. Now, this is a tip that will actually help you to keep that 90% of approved ads ratio in your ad account, right? Because imagine that you are creating some new campaign, right? And you are testing 10 different ad sets, right? And in each ad set, you are testing 3 different ads, right? It's immediately 30 ads. So imagine like if you have same copy for all of these ads and you just change the ad creative. If there is even like one wrong word within the copy, all of the 30 ads will get disapproved. And it's a huge red flag for a Facebook algorithm, right? If you get like 30 ads disapproved at once. So always make sure to launch just one ad. So if I would do this in this scenario, if I have 10 ad sets, 3 ads within ad set, which means I have 30 ads, I would just make active one of them, right? Just make active one of them, see if it gets approved. If not, you will just tweak the copy until it gets approved, and once it gets approved, you can launch all of the other ads with the same copy, right? This will really prevent getting all of the ads disapproved at once. If you get actually the ads disapproved for some reason, you are getting disapproved just one ad, which is not really horrible, which is not like really affecting your ad account score. So that's why it's really important to just launch one ad at a time, see if it gets approved, and only then launch all the other variations. So we just covered 3 simple tips to actually help you prevent getting your ad account disabled. But as I mentioned, even if you are following all these tips, you still can get your ad account shut down. It's happening a lot right now. Facebook is disabling ad accounts like by mistake, and they are doing a lot of crazy stuff. There's definitely something wrong with the algorithm right now, because even really compliant ad accounts with a lot of history and a lot of like spend are getting disabled for no reason. So you want to be prepared for the worst, right? You want to be prepared if the worst happens. So right now you'll move to the next 3 tips that will help you to minimize the damages if you actually get your ad account, business manager, Facebook profile, whatever, disabled. So tip number 1, create backup business managers and ad accounts, okay? This is really simple, really straightforward. You want to create backup business managers and ad accounts. Mainly ad accounts, really, you want to go to your business manager settings and create as many backup ad accounts as possible, okay? Like there is a limit from Facebook, like it's different for everyone, but once you hit the limit, you can also reach out to Facebook and ask them to increase the limit. Now, to be aware, it was much easier like few months ago to actually raise the limit. Facebook was really okay with it, but right now they are more strict. They usually ask to actually have some ad spend on your current ad accounts before they raise your limit. But you can still try, you can reach out to them, ask them for raising the limit, give them some viable reason. But the bottom line is this, like create as many backup ad accounts as possible right now. It's like the first thing that I want you to do right now. It's always good to have a backup account, backup business managers if possible. Now, second tip, and this is really great tip that nobody is really doing, what I've seen, is to create independent pixels. Because like you need to understand that data in the pixel is like the most valuable asset that you have within your business manager, right? Because if you are advertising and you have a pixel on your side, like the pixel is getting more smarter and smarter. It's collecting all the data of behaviors of your like customers, and like the worst thing that can happen to you is if you lose all these data. Right? You spend all this money to build this data and you just lose it. So what I recommend is to create something I call independent pixels. What do I mean by that? Right now, like usually most of you probably have 1 pixel per ad account, right? You have ad account, you have pixel, you put it on your website and it's collecting data and putting like ad account can, like when you're running ads on your ad account, it's optimizing based on these data, right? But what I want you to do right now is to create backup independent pixels. Meaning you can go to your business manager right now, you can go to data source and you can create new pixels, okay? Create many pixels, many backup pixels, and you don't need to attach any ad account to them yet, right? So that's why I call them independent. They don't have any ad account attached. They are just like pixels within your business manager. But what you can do actually is take a couple of these pixels and put them onto your website. Because on your website you can have more than 1 pixel. Okay, you don't need to have just 1 pixel on your website, you can have multiple, and all of them will be collecting data, right? So right now, if you think about it, you have 1 pixel that is attached to your main ad account where you're running ads, right? That's collecting data. But then you have, let's say, 3 more pixels that are independent. They don't have any ad account attached. They are just in your business manager, but they are collecting data as well. So if someone visits your website, if someone purchases, these pixels are getting smarter and smarter as well. So if really something happened with your main ad account, you get your ad account disabled, even if you lose your pixel that was attached to that ad account, you still have these 3 independent pixels where you can use like one of your backup ad accounts and you can attach one of these backup pixels to that ad account and you are good to go, right? Even better is to create some independent pixels within different business manager, right? Because if the worst case scenario happens, you get your whole business manager shut down, you still have these independent pixels in a different business manager that was collecting all these data, and again, you will not be starting from scratch. So definitely implement and create independent pixels right now. And tip number 3 is obvious. Don't be dependable on just one platform, right? If you are depending on just Facebook advertising, if that's your one source, only one source of traffic, like it's really, really dangerous, right? And it's not just Facebook. If you are depending on other source, if it's referrals, if it's Google Ads, whatever it is, it's always extremely dangerous to just rely on one specific stream, right? On one specific source. Because I see many businesses, especially like in e-commerce right now, that are getting like, they are freaking out, right? They are basically out of business like this, even if they are doing like 6 figures per month or more. Because like they are getting all their traffic from Facebook, right? They are getting all their customers from Facebook. And right now, if Facebook shut down their ad account, or even worse, shut down their business manager, or ban their personal profiles from advertising, they are screwed, right? They are out of business immediately, and they are basically starting from scratch, building something new. So that's a really big tip. And you always like, because you never want to be like, oh, it will never happen to me, right? I see it's happening to others, it will never happen to me. It can happen to you, okay? And right now, from what I've seen, it's happening to a lot of people, okay? I'm working with a lot of clients. It happens to more than 50% of my clients that their ad account got shut down. So it's serious thing. And if you are reliable only on Facebook advertising, make sure to really start looking at other streams. How can you like build more streams where you can get traffic from, right? It can be Google, it can be whatever, it can be organic traffic, right? It can be referral system, it can be podcast, right? You can be doing interviews and get traffic from that. It can be a lot of different things. It can be affiliate, right? Partnerships. So just like start really exploring and thinking about how can you bring traffic from other sources. So if something bad happened with your main source, you can replace it and you are not like down to zero revenue immediately. So that's it, guys. These were my 6 tips in total. I hope it helps. Make sure to really implement everything. Be aware that this can happen to you. And if you enjoyed this video, if you got some value from it, smash that like button below. Leave a comment below. Let me know the biggest takeaway for you and what other videos you would like me to create. And yeah, that's it. Also share it with your friends so they can get value from it as well. And I will see you in the next video soon. Bye. Thanks for sticking around. If you've enjoyed this video, please like it below and make sure to comment I watched it until the end, so we boost YouTube algorithm to show it to more people. Also, if you are new here, make sure to subscribe down below so that you don't miss any of my upcoming content, and click over here to check out my next videos, and I will see you there. Bye.